It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, and I'm feeling good.
I cannot get that song out of my head ever since my quote-unquote Sabbath, the end of my sacred secretion Christos process. I can't get that song out of my head. So I hope that everyone else is doing well and happy and healthy. If you haven't subscribed already, click the red subscribe button and the little bell to the right so that you'll be sure to receive notifications of future videos, like and share. Also, if you are able to donate, please do so with the links provided for in the description box. If you enjoy the videos, you're gaining insight, wisdom, health, peace, anything, please help me to continue to spread light, love, and life. No, this is actually a retake. I got about 20 minutes into this video and went back a little bit because I usually don't care if I mess up or misspeak on something. Doesn't matter, but at any rate, I went back and I listened, and you couldn't hear me speaking at all. But what you could hear was an AM radio station that had Elvis Presley playing. So don't really know what that was all about, but had to totally restart all over again. So we're going to speak about the chemistry of living tissues, your cell salts, a little bit of alchemy, and astrology mixed in. I am going to list the sacred secretion or moon times for the month of March at the end of the video. But I mean, if you want to go ahead and skip to the end and don't want to listen to this portion, that's where it is. But I would urge you to listen because, in my opinion, which is only my opinion, I think that there's a misconception out there, and a lot of people are missing out on their Christos because they're cutting it short. Like, people are only doing 2-3 days. I am almost positive that it's a 7-day cycle, and I have some points in here that I'll show you. All of the information that I'm using, it's all based on Dr. George Washington Carey, Inez Perry, and Dr. Schussler. And I've listed a quote here from Dr. Pauling that says you can trace every sickness, every disease, every ailment to a mineral deficiency, which I absolutely agree with. Dr. Wilhelm Schussler is a German physician and biochemist who identified 12 inorganic materials present in each cell. These minerals include forms of calcium, magnesium, iron, potassium, silica, and sodium. These essential salts act as catalysts for cellular biochemical processes within the human body. Schussler proposed that illness was related to a deficiency in one or more of the 12 major mineral substances. When a deficiency is corrected, normal cellular function and health is restored. So the 12 mineral salts are, in a very real sense, the material basis of the organs and tissues of the body and are absolutely essential to their integrity of structure and functional activity. Experiments prove that various tissue cells will rapidly disintegrate in the absence of proper proportion of these cell salts in the circulating fluid, whereas the maintenance of the proportion ensures healthy growth and perpetual renewal. Dr. George Carey and Inez Perry adapted Schussler's idea into a more complex system of esoteric healing, which lays very much in harmony with the homeopathy and the alchemical traditions. Carey and Perry suggested that each of the inorganic minerals correspond in vibration to one of the 12 zodiac. As the Hermetic axiom, as above, so below, as within, so without, the human body is an epitome of the cosmos. Therefore, the physical and energetic systems of the human body, the tissues and the organ, each correspond to one of the signs. And here quickly, I'll show, I'm going to go more in depth in a second, but here's your fire signs, earth signs, air signs, water signs, cardinal signs, fixed signs, mutable signs, electrical force, magnetic force, and your energetic source. I personally, I'm born in Cancer. Actually, my mother went into labor during the summer solstice, and 3 days later, on the 23rd of June, I was born. And I tend to have a little bit. I think that has something. I tend to sometimes need the Gemini or correlate with the Gemini the month prior to that, but I'm not sure. That's for me to figure out. But everybody will be at least 3 short because you know, 10 months in the womb, 13 months of 28 days, or 9 months, and then you're missing 3 for 12. However you want to do the math, it's still the same, but everyone's going to be lacking at least 3 of them. I personally, because I'm born right at Cancer, I'm missing just about all of it. So I need this one here, I need this one here, I need this one, and like I say, I'm almost sure that I need this one as well. But definitely this one, and this one, and this one. Okay, these missing cell salts are the bridge of life. It's the completion. Now, all of the statements in all ancient, not just the Bible, but all ancient holy writings and texts, that man is conceived into sin or born into sin and brought forth into iniquity. The word sin means to miss the mark. It doesn't mean some horrific, what it means, whoops, didn't quite make it. Okay? It has a threefold meaning: chemical, physiological, and astrological. According to Carey in his book, God-Man, the Word Made Flesh, I will leave a link in the description box to the PDF so that you don't have to buy the book. You can go and get the PDF for free. The real meaning is that the human embryo remains 9 months or 10 months, however you want to do the math, within the female reproductive system, and during the 9 months of gestation, the embryo receives and appropriates the creative energies of 9 of those salts. So you get 9 of them, and you're still missing 3. Thus falling short or sinning, falling short 3 months, sinning, missing the mark by 3 months of completing your solar or your soul year. Also, ironically, in the Bible, it talks about a third of the angels being fallen, a third of them. That 3 months out of your 12 months is a third that fell short, your 3. Okay, that's another correlation. It doesn't say it in the book, but that just came to me. So if it resonates with you, good. Now I missed my space. The 3-month space is the bridge of life that consists of your mineral-based foundation. And this is the journey of the ego from the moon to the earth, or conception. As 12 represents the circle and it stands for completion, the human body will always be missing stones from the temple or your cell salts, because its period of formation in the womb is only 9 months, or 10 months, 28-day months, which in my opinion doesn't say this in the book, but that also correlates with 40 days of darkness, or 40 days in the wilderness, 40 days in Egypt, because it's 40 weeks in the womb before you come out into the light of the world. Where else was I? I'm trying to be really, really quick. 12 months, 12 salts, minus the 9 months of gestation, 9 salts, leave us with 90-degree quadrant of 3 months, where the cellular biosynthesis of these minerals were unable to manifest. It's like you were taken out of the oven too early. You weren't quite done baking. I used to say something to my son. I think I even wrote a little poem. I used to say, hey, I'm the mother and you're the son. I was your oven and you were my bun. So all correlates, right? Yes, we were taken out of the oven too quickly to finish our quote unquote soul year. Now, these 3 salts, according to Carey, are to be supplied after the parting of the umbilical cord. The chemical union of these biosalts with the organic matter, such as lipids, fibrin, albumin, etc., forms the various tissues of the body and administers to the physiological needs as represented by this bridge. The bridging allows the cells to respond more harmoniously and completely to the divine energy, your completeness. Then you haven't sinned, sinless at that point. Okay, I'm going to quickly scroll through these so that everybody can figure out, which 3 or more that you're missing. And I'm going to show you some things personally to show you that this theory, in my case, definitely it is the case. That's all of my ailments and the things that I've been diagnosed with. They line up perfectly with those months that I was not in the womb. So we had Aries, Taurus. You can go back and scroll these for yourself. Gemini, Cancer, Leo. So I'm in need of my Cancer because I was born in the beginning of Cancer. I need Leo, and I also need Virgo. Now, because I had a couple of days into Cancer, that means that I was a couple of days shy of Libra, which means that that's lacking as well. So I need that also. There's Scorpio for Scorpio people, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Okay, now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to show you how my things correlate. Now, I told you I was born, my mother went into labor, was in labor for 3 days, and she went into labor during on the 20th of June, so during the summer solstice, and I was born on the 23rd. So that means I'm in Cancer. Okay, I need this just about completely. This is one of my biggest problems, which it is. Cancer rules the breast, the stomach. Calcium fluoride provides elasticity to the tissues, which is very important. You can read the rest here, but extremely important for connective tissues. Anyone who's seen and been around for a while, I've said on multiple occasions, I was diagnosed with lupus, SLE, or systematic lupus erythematosus over 20 years ago. And I want to show you what it says right here. The major issue is mixed connective tissue disease. And that's exactly what that cell salt or what that information said. And it is actually the cause of the rest of my issues. My second that I wasn't in the womb receiving what I needed would be Leo, which Leo rules the heart. And when I was diagnosed with the SLE way back, this is what I was hospitalized twice for, once for 8 days, once for 13 or 14 days, pericarditis, fluid surrounding the heart. So because of the SLE, the lupus, the cancer salts, I went into Leo and am now having heart issues because of the prior. It's all connected. Okay, and then my third that I definitely was not in the room at all for would be Virgo salts, which is a cell oxygenator, which leads me to my other diagnosis. I was diagnosed with Raynaud's disease or syndrome, which basically I turn blue. My lips will turn blue. My skin will get blotchy and turn blue. If I'm cold, and it doesn't necessarily have to be cold around me, but it definitely does happen when it is cold. I turn blue, and that's because there's not enough oxygen. So again, everything that I've been diagnosed with, all of these major things are, yes, those three specifically, those 3 months that I was not in the womb. And as I said in the beginning, I didn't hit spot on in cancer. I was a couple of days late of getting there, which means that there was a couple of days in Libra that I need to pay attention to, a small amount, which rules the kidneys, urinary tract, primary acid neutralizer, supports the kidneys, which, thank goodness, I've never. Kidneys is one of the major things that happens with lupus. Usually, that's a major organ that it attacks. It attacked my joints and my heart, but thank goodness, not the kidneys. However, also, it has a lot to do with arthritis in the joints and rheumatic conditions. Now, I did have at least one doctor tell me that I did not have rheumatoid arthritis and lupus. You couldn't have the same, you couldn't have both of them, which the doctor was a quack. And yes, it's definitely possible. And I did a lot of research on it, and yes, patients can have both rheumatoid arthritis and lupus at the same time. Both are chronic, both are inflammatory autoimmune disorders. True enough, lupus, they call it the great imitator of rheumatoid arthritis, but you can have it and in both. And I was diagnosed with both, so it does make sense for the Libra salts, for me to need a small amount from there as well. Okay, now here's a little guide. And you're gonna it's gonna take time and effort to figure out exactly what you need. I'm not quite straight exactly on if I need Gemini yet, but I am definitely aware that I need at least the three: my Cancer, my Leo, and my Virgo. So you really have to figure out when, when you're born and how far into that cycle, your astrological cycle, that you are. Now, also, it matters, remember, how long you're in the womb. So if you were premature, well, you're going to have to add a lot of extra salts. So full term, everybody's going to have at least three. Everyone's going to have at least three. And like I said, it really depends. I mean, if people are lucky to get born exactly on the cusp, then it's going to be three. But I'm not really too sure how often that happens. That seems like it's, not too common. Full-term birth in the middle of a sign, see, it's going to be at least four. So that's, in my opinion, that everybody's going to have at least four. And premature, you're going to have at least four, and then on up. So, like I said, you're really going to have to do a little bit of math and some meditation on exactly what you need. If you leave comments or questions in the comment section, I'll do my best to help you. I mean, as I said, I'm just learning myself, but I'm more than happy to help. Okay, quickly, here's a mineral salt table I want to show you with a few ideas to integrate plant material. Please don't buy anything on online. That's like, you don't know those people and what they're doing. The very first one, this gold bichloride, this is that monatomic gold that I spoke of in the last 2 videos. I believe that everybody, this and colloidal silver, everybody's buying and consuming. Stop buying all of that. Yes, monatomic gold, you can find it naturally. That's where you need to get it from. Don't buy it from people. Colloidal silver, absolutely not. We do not have silver, not one bit, in our body. Do not put it into your body. Please, please don't. Okay? The sun sign is your monatomic gold. Bichloride, it's like your pH. It's like your pH conductor. It goes throughout the entire body and keeps everything, your pH levels, perfect. This bi here is because it combines with those other things that I told you in the beginning, your sodium, calcium, so forth. Now, the sun, that's another reason I'm not going to rant about about the chemtrailing, but yes, they are definitely trying to block the sun out and cut your natural vitamin D, your calcium out. Okay, we need the sun. That's a major problem that people have with chronic disease, chronic agitation, anger, outburst, addiction, moodiness, sores that don't heal. The sun is a healer. We need the sun, and we need to also put these natural sources back in, not store-bought things. Alfalfa, aloe vera, sea kelp, seaweed, sea vegetables, sea salt. Do away with your sea salt. Don't listen to anyone say, oh no, you need iodine salt because you need the iodine. Well, then why don't you just, I believe spinach and I forget the other one. I'm pretty sure that they're green, maybe kale. Tons of iron, not iron, iodine. Yeah, so switch to the sea salts. It's great. It's way better. Bathe in it. Drink it in your water with a little bit of lemon, and that'll do your pH. Awesome. Cactus or cacti. And I'm going to point out that aloe vera and cacti, I believe that it's like a silica type. It's that membrane, the membrane that's in there. Don't only just like drink this juice, but it's really good to eat that membrane. It helps your pancreas. I did some research, and good for the heart, and very important in spiritual balance and DNA integrity. Aries, potassium phosphate for the head, alfalfa, lima beans, spinach, dandelion, greens, pumpkins, cabbages, coconut, nervous system, brain, skin, tissues, circulatory. Here's all of the things that if you're lacking, will be your side effects. Sodium sulphate for Taurus, the neck, celery, avocado, tomato, pumpkin, romaine lettuce, Brussels spinach. It supports your liver, gallbladder, pancreas, and your liver. Gemini, potassium chloride, alfalfa, horseradish, coconut, parsnip, spinach, parsley, spine. That's why I believe, because I have degenerative disc disease, and my mother was in labor during the Gemini and had some complications. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I personally, on a personal level, think that I should touch on this salt as well. Cancer, calcium fluoride, like I said, the good fluoride, not the kind in your tap water or what they're spraying above. Get almonds, almond milk, almond butter, almond oils, carrots, turnips, beets, greens, lots of garlic, sunflower seeds. I'm just going to quickly, because I'm running long and I want to put up the sacred secretion times. Leo, magnesium phosphate for your heart, lungs, liver, alfalfa, spinach, coconut peppers, cacao, chocolate, durian, string beans, Virgo, potassium sulfate for the intestines, garlic, spinach, kale, avocado, pumpkin for your spleen, brain, mucus secretions, your skin. Libra, sodium phosphate, stomach, kidneys, avocados, tomatoes, coconut, celery, nervous system, acid balance, Scorpio, calcium sulfate, pumpkin, spinach, avocado, currant, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, Sagittarius, silicon dioxide, hips, thighs, cantaloupe, cherry, dandelion, beets, blackberries, apple, carrots, Capricorn, calcium phosphate, knee, spleen, skin, charred apple, grains, cabbage, pumpkin, coconut, dandelion, alfalfa, lima beans, Aquarius, sodium chloride, your legs, celery, and sea salt, iron, phosphate, iron oxide, feet, coconut, tomato, blackstrap molasses. Yeah, that's very good, but don't get too much of that. It'll give you the runs. And I also found this interesting. Jesus was allocated, or said to be, Pisces, line of the fish. And it also says that something to the effect that that evil will be defeated by a rod of iron. Yes, and also iron is your blood, which that's where we're really talking about. We're recreating our DNA, is what we're doing. Alchemically recreating our DNA, so that we're not lacking anymore. We're not sinning anymore. Not missing the mark. I do suggest that we integrate all of these into our diets. But definitely more of the ones that we're lacking from when we were not in the womb. But all of these, we should integrate every one of these. And again, let me say, cut out all animal flesh. All animal flesh, that's lower vibration, blood. Don't eat anything that can bleed. Don't eat anything that can bleed. All right, and here are the times for your sacred secretion, the month of March. These all times are Eastern Standard Time, and for other viewers, you can just Google Eastern Standard Time to whatever your local time is. It'll give you a calculator, and you can figure it out without trying to have to find a different scheduler or tab. I want to point out here, I highlighted my dates. Cancer from March 14th. We have the 14th, the 15th, the 16th, 17th, the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th. And that is a full 7 days, which it correlates with your cell salts. Now, I mean, you know that wherever you were born, that you need this cell salt, right? So we're paying attention to this, to this time, this 2.5 days or 2-day period, right? And we also know that we need the next one, and at least the next one. We all need at least 3. So right here would be 6 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on the 7th day, or your Sabbath day in my case, is in my opinion the completion. I really think that people that are only recognizing this 1-2 day period here are missing out immensely, and I urge you to try the 6 to the 7 day process and see how it works out for you. I mean, a human embryo, it is completely formed and hatches out of its little sac and goes to connect to the uterine wall at 6 to 7 days. Okay, so that matches up, as well as the cell salts that we just talked about, a human embryo. Also, I want to say that by doing this 7th day Sabbath thing, your 7th day after your your secretion time begins. The pineal gland begins to form in the human embryo at 6 to 7 days, but is completely formed to completion at between 40 and 49 days. And in that time period is when it is being determined whether we will be male or female. So at that point, we're still male, female. But my point is it is actually 7 weeks. Magic number 7 is when the pineal gland is completely formed and ready to go, and then you're a male or a female. So to me, it all correlates and it all makes sense. And I'd love to hear comments in the comment section. Much peace, much love, compassion, understanding, health, knowledge, and double portions of wisdom, forethought. Much love, you guys. Enjoy this video. Please remember to subscribe, like, share with your friends and family, donate if possible. And I'm feeling good. You guys can be feeling good too. I hope that you enjoy. I put a few graphics into the song. I'm going to let that song play out. I love you guys. Love each other. Peace.